Y'all, Cassie's legal team is not backing down, and what her lawyer just revealed has everybody shook. Just hours after Diddy's shocking courtroom win, Cassie's attorney is already sending a clear warning that more victims are coming, and Diddy's so-called victory might be short-lived. While the internet's still processing how Diddy managed to walk free on those major charges, Cassie's lawyer just flipped the script, hinting that this is only the beginning, and way more people are ready to come forward. So let's break down what he said, because this changes everything. The one thing about Cassie's lawyer Douglas Wigder, he stood 10 toes down with her until the very end. He was the lawyer who filed her original civil lawsuit against Diddy, which is what partially triggered the federal investigation. Now y'all know that there were rumors going around about how he reportedly offered a bribe to drop Cassie as a client, right? But he turned it down and continued to stand against Diddy. He has even spoke publicly about how proud he is of Cassie, like the time he said, "I am very proud of Miss Ventura for having the strength to go public with her lawsuit. She ought to be commended for doing so." When the feds subpoenaed Cassie to testify during the trial, he was right there offering legal advice. And now that Diddy was found not guilty, Wigder is still standing with Cassie. For context though, Diddy was not found guilty on the 3 major charges, including S trafficking, accusations tied to Cassie and Jane Doe. And what this means is that he will never face criminal charges for what he did to her. And because of the double jeopardy law, he can never be retried for what he did to her in a criminal court. And after the verdict was made public, Wigder released a statement that said, although the jury did not find Combs guilty of trafficking Cassie beyond a reasonable doubt, she paved the way for a jury to find him guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution. We must repeat with no reservation that we believe and support our client. This case proved that change is long overdue, and we will continue to fight on behalf of survivors. So on the bright side, Diddy was found guilty on 2 counts of transporting people across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. These charges carry a maximum jail term of 10 years, so he's facing possibly 20 years in prison. But realistically though, it's unlikely that he's going to get the maximum sentencing, especially since there are rumors that he might get a presidential pardon. But anyways, after the verdict was passed, Diddy's lawyers asked the judge to grant him bond. Well, Wigder immediately jumped into action and released a statement urging the judge not to do so. He said, "We write as counsel for Cassandra Ventura to respectfully request the court to deny Mr. Combs to be released pending his sentencing on his 2 convictions. Detention is mandatory post-conviction on these charges, and Ms. Ventura believes that Mr. Combs is likely to pose a danger to the victims who testified in this case, including herself as well as the community." Well, the bond was denied, and Diddy is going to remain in prison until sentencing. But word in the streets is that sentencing will take place sometime in October, so he still has a long time to be behind bars. But if you think that the story ends here, you better think again. Word in the streets is that Wigder allegedly has more victims who are stepping forward in coming weeks to file lawsuits against Diddy of their own. But unfortunately, we can no longer be charged in criminal court unless they're making allegations completely different from what he's already been charged with. However, they can still file civil lawsuits, which is exactly what the streets are saying Wigder supposedly plans to do. And given that he was able to get Diddy to settle for Cassie's $20 million in less than a day, let's just say that he's about to come for Diddy even harder. So yeah, Diddy's so-called victory lap might be getting cut short. Because if what Cassie's lawyer is saying is true, this is far from over. More victims, more lawsuits, more receipts, and from the sound of it, the next wave might even hit harder than the first. The real question is though, do y'all think that Diddy can keep dodging these allegations, or is the next round finally going to take him down for good? Drop your thoughts in comments below, and trust me, the tea coming in the next video. But let's just say that Diddy's legal nightmare is far from finished.